Hi everyone, Leon here from moviegamenostalgia.com. This is our regular update of what's out to buy online and in your local supermarkets. So when you're getting your groceries, when you're getting your needy groceries, you know, when you're desperate for stuff, you can pick up a DVD on your way around, or a Blu-ray, or even a 4K if you're that way inclined. So this is what's out to buy. In the UK, please check your territories where you are on the 27th of April. Please, if you're new to the channel, please push your subscribe button there, push the bell notification so you know when these little vlogs and information vlogs are coming out. Please make sure your notifications are set to public, otherwise you don't get to see the notifications. Right, so we're going to have a look at 5 films today, so 5 new films, and all these I've done more in-depth reviews on them. So if you check my playlists on YouTube, all 5 of these you will find a more 5 or 10 minute sort of in-depth review of the thing. So I'll just give you a brief synopsis and a brief summary of what other people are saying, etc., about these films that are now out to buy. The first one we're going to look at is The Gentleman, an 18, the Guy Ritchie film. $9.99 DVD, $14.99 Blu-ray, £25 on 4K. Seems quite expensive, but there you go. Plot: yep, an American expat tries to sell off his marijuana business in London, triggering plots, bribery, blackmail, robbery, murder, you name it. It's everything. It's a typical Guy Ritchie film, starring Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam, Michelle Dockery, who actually took over from Kate Beckinsale, who did start to film the thing, but obviously other commitments meant she couldn't do it. So Michelle Dockery from Downton Abbey stepped in and did a really good job at the last minute as well. And of course we got Colin Farrell, Hugh Grant and many, many more. Any good? Well, Metascore, the critics didn't like it particularly. They've only given it a 5.1 out of 10, which includes a 4 out of 10 from The Observer, who said it was sort of bitter and dated. Stephen Dalton from the Hollywood Reporter liked it a bit more. Familiar but refreshingly funny. Give it 7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 74% approval rating, a positive rating, so that's not too bad based on 231 reviews, with an average 6.4 out of 10, which is better than watchable, isn't it? And the consensus reads, may not win Ritchie many new converts, but for those attuned to the filmmaker, The Gentleman stands tall. Yeah, and please just check out my little thoughts on it as well. As I say, basically we know it's a Guy Ritchie film. Box office, 22 million to make, which is pretty cheap considering the actors he got on board, and it got 115 million back, so it did pretty well at the box office as well. So please, for my rating and my review, please check out on my YouTube channel my review of The Gentleman, which is out to buy on the 27th of April. Next one we're going to look at is Spies In Disguise, which is out to buy, $9.99 on DVD, $14.99 on Blu-ray, and we're not sure about a 4K version. We don't think there is one. 101 minutes. Of course, this is the animated comedy set in the high-octane, globe-trotting world of international espionage, where the world's best spy is unfortunately turned into a pigeon, which isn't very good. But there you go. Again, please check out my little review of it. Obviously, it features the voices of Will Smith and Tom Holland, amongst many others. Any good? Well, Metascore, it's only got a 5.4 out of 10 again, based on 22 ratings, which isn't brilliant. Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 75% approval rating, and a score of 6.5 out of 10 on average, which is okay. And Internet Movie Database gives it a 6.8 out of 10. I mean, it cost 100 million to make, which is dear. That's not the dearest animation recently either. I've had a lot more than that, but it's a lot of money for an animation, isn't it? 100 million. And it got 171 million back at the box office. But you see what I think if you check out my review. But yeah, a little bit of mixed reviews, but mainly positive for Spies In Disguise, which is now out to buy. And the next one is a little one that's called Sea Fever, that I don't think had a cinema run before they were closed. I don't think it did. It was a 15 rating, an hour and 35 minutes. It's just available on Blu-ray at the moment at $10.99. You do tend to get this at the moment. We're getting somewhere they're just available on Blu-ray and nothing else. It's a horror science fiction. It's an Irish-based film. It's an Irish trawler crew struggle for their lives against a growing parasites in their water supply. And obviously there's been comparisons made to this coronavirus, but yeah, I mean, it's very tenuous to say the least. It's directed and written by Nisa Hardman. I think it's the debut. It stars Connie Nielsen, who took over from Toni Collette. Toni Collette was penciled in to do this, and to be honest with you, I'll give you a little bit of a warning now. Connie Nielsen I don't think Connie Nielsen was very good in it, to be honest with you. She was a bit overawed, I think. Hermione Caulfield, Doug Ray Scott, Jack Hickory, all star in it. Any good? Well, Metascore again, not great. 5.9 out of 10 based on 20 reviews. Internet Movie Database, 5.7 out of 10. So just under watchable, so not quite. But Rotten Tomatoes loved it. Rotten Tomatoes give it an 82% overall approval rating based on 62 critics' reviews, with an average of 6.74 out of 10. We did see a comment, engrossing, well-acted science fiction horror thriller. And Abyss meets The Thing. So, I mean, on that basis, I did watch this thing, but please check out my views. I wouldn't say it was Abyss meets The Thing, but that's what it was going for. Whether it succeeded or not, please check out my more in-depth review. But it's done okay. Not bad scores, obviously. Rotten Tomatoes seem to like it a lot more than other people did. And the next one we're looking at is Escape from Pretoria, an hour and 46 minutes to 12A. Now, we don't have any prices on that yet. I've been trying to find out prices, etc., but I'm fairly sure it's due for release or it's out now. I just can't find any price information on it. But anyway, Escape from Pretoria should be out to buy. It's a thriller directed and written by Francis Annan, based on a real escape of 3 political prisoners from jail in 1979 South Africa, based on the book from one of the escapees. It stars... Yes, Mr. Harry Potter himself is doing quite well now. He's trying to put that behind him, isn't he? Daniel Radcliffe, Daniel Webster and Ian Hart. Any good? Yeah, I mean, at Rotten Tomatoes, I give it 71% overall positivity rating, which is pretty good based on 34 reviews. Metascore, not quite as high in this case, 5.6 out of 10 with just only 7 reviews. And Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, user watcher, is giving it a 6.8 out of 10. I mean, the main criticism, again, please check out my little review on it, but the main criticism is the Australian accents. Sorry, not Australian accents, the accents, because it was filmed in Australia, and obviously not many actors are actually South African, so there's a lot of criticism from South African people about the accents. Obviously, to people like me who don't know, it's just a South African accent. But yeah, that was one of the big criticisms. But please check out my little review for a little bit more information. And the last film we're looking at today is the end of a series. The end of a series, Ip Man 4. So obviously you had 1, 2, 3. Now we've got Ip Man 4, the finale. 15 rating, an hour and 47 minutes. It's an action biography. $9.99 on DVD, $14.99 on Blu-ray. And of course, it's about the Kung Fu Master now, and he's getting a bit older now, isn't he? He's not very well in this one. Kung Fu Master travels to the US to visit his students' karate. Kung Fu school or karate school, whatever it is, that's caused controversy in 60s United States, and obviously it's on the backdrop of a very racist sort of United States at the time. So that's what it's about, really. Obviously the very Karate Kid for me. I thought a very grown-up Karate Kid, but I don't really watch many martial arts films. It stars Donnie Yen and Scott Adkins. 52 million to make, 193 million back at the box office, of which 173 million of that was actually in China. So obviously they do like the martial arts over there. Directed by Wilson Yip, of course. Any good? Well, the Metascore rating is 6.2 out of 10 based on 11 reviews, and the Internet Movie Database rating is 7.2 out of 10, which is pretty good. Pretty good score. I mean, Ip Man 1 I think got 8, Ip Man 2 got 7.5, and Ip Man 3 got 7. So this is currently on 7.2 out of 10. So not too bad at all. Rotten Tomatoes like it. It's got an 89% positivity rating based on 28 reviews, with an average of 6.6 out of 10. So again, a little bit better than watchable. And obviously, one of the comments was some of Donnie Yen's finest fighting. So yeah, please check out my little. Say, I'm not a big fan of martial arts action, but I had a go at a review, and obviously I took on board what other people were saying who perhaps more into martial arts than me. So please check out that review. That's it, man. So that's the last of the 5 to buy this week. So I've got five quite big movies. Really, you've got The Gentleman, Spies in Disguise, Sea Fever, Escape from Pretoria, and Ip Man 4, all available from the 27th of April. And just check your territories where you are, and especially for that Escape from Pretoria, because I just can't for the life of me find out an exact date on that one. So, but I do know it's due out from a couple of sites. So please don't be upset if you're going on Tuesday to Monday or Tuesday and it's not there, and just tell them, when's Escape from Pretoria out, and they'll be happy to help you, obviously, wherever you go. And do that and let me know if you watch it. Let me know any of these if you watch it. Let me know, and just see if you agree with my comments, and please watch the little reviews I've done, etc. Please, for all the latest movie news and TV drama news, etc., please follow me. I've got 2 accounts on Twitter. You can follow me at Charles Dineen, Dineen spelled DINNEN, or at Nostalgia_movie. They're both linked together, so there's information shared between the two. And I'm on Facebook at Burns Dineen with links to MovieGameNostalgia.com, my little website, if you can find time to have a look on there for old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, and old and rare board games. So from like Parker games, Waddington's games, MB games from the 70s, 80s, 60s, all from different ages. More the older ones. They do have some more modern board games on there, but mainly the older ones. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Let me know if you go out and buy any of them and you enjoy them, or you've already seen them and you're just buying them because obviously you loved them first time round. Let me know anyway what you think. Obviously, whatever you're going to do with the rest of your day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family, and especially at these times, let's all look after each other. This is Bernard. Until we meet again, saying goodbye for now. Cheers. Bye-bye.